Welcome back to West Texas View.
Before the break, we were talking about how important it was to have all of these services provided, and that if you have any inkling that we could help you, that you need to call the number that's rolling across your screen and just ask some questions, and they can direct you and give you the information you need and answer all of your questions about funding and everything. And that's another thing I want us to go a little bit more on. What is your source of funding? If I come to you and I say, I don't have insurance, I don't have any money, but I'm a veteran and I need help, well, what would be your source of funding for somebody like that? Because one of the things I've heard you say over and over is we just don't turn anyone away that needs us.
Absolutely. Anybody who comes in gets the help they need, no matter their financial ability to pay. Half of our funding comes from, we have grants, we have contributions from individuals, from corporations, from grants. We have fundraising through, as Chris talked a little bit last week about, through the Clay Shoot, through Family of the Year. Half of all of our income is generated from those sources. Through those sources, we get grants for specific things, some of which is Client Assistance Fund for those that just don't have anything. Another avenue is the military funds, as you spoke of. And what that enables is anyone who has served in the military, whether it's, or their families, if it's not the member but a spouse or a child, they can come in and receive counseling. The only thing that they have to do is fill out a military assistance application. It's a one-page. There's just a couple of questions on it. The only thing that they have to provide is proof, either by way of a military ID or a DD-214, which is the discharge. And it does not even have to be an honorable discharge for them to receive the services that they need. So no one is excluded from that category.
And even if the veteran has not reached the point where they're ready to come in for counseling, the family members can come. Because I know we had a family one time that they were having trouble adjusting to the military person being back home because all of a sudden just having that dynamics.
It is an adjustment when you have a head of household that's gone for a year, and I have a son in the military that was deployed to Iraq for a year, and one of the things that you experience is okay, he's gone, I'm used to taking care of everything. And now he's back and he wants to take that back over. Well, it's an adjustment for everyone in the household, and not all adjustments are bad adjustments. It is just an adjustment, like I said.
And a lot of people don't understand it, and so everything gets all balled up while they're trying. And another thing, I love the fact that you have clergy workshops, and a lot of those are to teach the clergy how to do counseling, but also it's to help them to see some of the problems that they engender being at somebody's beck and call all the time.
That is true. And after being in active, living in a parsonage for roughly 25 years, it is an adjustment, because you have stresses and strains, and you do have to be available 24/7 to your congregation. And one of the things that the clergy workshops do is they train them to take care of their congregants in a pastoral or counseling way better, but they also learn that if they're in over their head, or they just have too large of a flock that they cannot manage, that they can't set up and see 100 people for 6 sessions, that they have a source in which to refer their congregation onto, and know that they'll be getting as good or better care than what they could give them. So it's a win-win, and we do care for the clergy, not just train them, but care for them.
And you don't ever stop to think that the teacher needs teaching, or the counselor needs counseling, or minister needs ministering too.
That's correct.
And so you need, but also the family of the ministry. Ministers, it comes under it. You know, you always hear these jokes about the preacher's kids, so there's transition times that you need to be really cognizant of those needs too. Then one of the other areas that I love, and a lot of times you have a young couple referred to you for premarital counseling.
Yes.
And this is so important to get started and to anticipate, for this young couple to anticipate some of the adjustments they're going to have to make.
Absolutely, and that's where Brian Wingfield is our on our clinical staff. He's an LMFT, which is a licensed marriage and family therapist. And I know he was not part of the show. We do need to get him on here at a future time, but I tease Brian and tell him that he's always when we're meeting, he's the smartest man in the room. Well, he's not only the only man in the room, but this is somebody who got his degree in marriage and family therapy before getting married. And I think, you know, what a benefit that would have been for
How lucky
all of
his
us to
wife
to have those tools in the toolbox
Yeah.
Relationally. But he does. He goes through a program with those seeking premarital, and it's wonderful to know that people are not only committed to a relationship, but
are willing to work at it.
And give it the best possible chance for succeeding. So it's very exciting. We offer all kinds of.
But on the other side of the coin, the families that are not working, that divorce is imminent, then that brings up a whole nother kind of counseling, because you don't just counsel the divorcing couple, but what's happening to these children.
To the children.
That are just being torn up.
And one of the programs that Samaritan Counseling Center does that they've done for a long time, that Odessa Junior League had headed up for several years, was For Kids' Sake. We now offer that program because when a couple is going through a divorce, it's mandated by the judges in Odessa that they attend a For Kids' Sake class, which is a 4-hour class. And it basically teaches the divorced couple that the children are not pawns in it. It's not, they didn't cause it, they don't get the blame. And it's just a wonderful program that
I want to talk more about that, but we've got to take a break right now. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. West Texas View will be right back.